Good morning. It is Saturday, October 10th, day one of the fall 2018 used gaming auction. Yay! Got up this morning and did a little editing. Been playing around with Hexographer a bit, just mapping stuff. Playing around. Getting things pulled together to go and have things ready to go to the auction. It's about 10 now, so I got a little after 10. So I have less than 2 hours to get there. And I just put a frozen pizza in. Figure that's one less meal I gotta buy while being out today. And if I can save money there, that's better. I got laundry in and such, just trying to pull things together for today. And, I mean, obviously we'll see when I edit, but I think I'm most likely gonna show less of the intro to the auction, because the previous couple I went to, about, you know, they basically introduced the thing. Basically, it's people bring in their stuff to put into the auction. Those people get store credit of the amount that the store gets money of whatever's made at the auction. It is a brilliant idea. My friendly local gaming store has been doing it for years. They do about 2 per year. Some years they only get 1 in. A couple years they've done 3 when it ends up spaced out with previous years only having 1 and such. But generally about 2 per year. And I know it's one of the reasons that my friendly local gaming store chain has succeeded for as long as it has, is because it allows us to get products for cheap, for online or similar prices, and generate store money for the store as well. And it is a blast. There are 3 auctions. Miniatures is first, then RPGs, and then tomorrow will be board games, which includes like card games like Magic the Gathering and such. I am most interested in role-playing games. That's what I mostly play, that's what I collect, that's what I love. But there are board games I enjoy as well, so I'll try and make it to that one tomorrow, and I will be going to the miniatures one as well. I don't usually get very much with the miniatures one. I usually try and come in for the things that don't sell for much. The bits and such, which I can use for converting minis, because I'm not playing the miniatures games. Well, I play X-Wing, but I'm not playing, like, 40K. I could, and there was a while when I was looking into it. But in general, I don't play those kind of games. So I'm not looking to build an army and spend the kind of money that those miniatures cost. I just want the bits to make cool conversions for miniatures that I do use. But I have a blast, so I like to go to all the auctions, because it's just fun hanging out with a big group of nerdy folks, joking about people's old gaming stuff, and getting a good deal. Alright, got things all together. Use the pillowcase to hold like a bottle of water, and the clipboard with the spreadsheets. Pens and pencil in my pocket. Phone fully charged. Getting ready to head out the door. It's about 10 after 11. First auction begins at noon. It's about 10 to 15 minutes to get up there maybe. And I chose to wear long pants, even though most of today I will be inside and they are less comfortable. It is currently 27 degrees out, and I don't really even want to walk between my door and the car and the store, etc. In shorts, because that is really cold. So headed out. Let's go to the auction. And as I'm prepping to leave my house, I'm all thinking like, do I have everything I need? What am I forgetting? Kept feeling like I was forgetting something. I was going to bring a little bottle of ibuprofen, because I usually end up with back or neck pain at some point. And I forgot. Oh well. Here I am at the fantasy shop now. So hopefully it's not too bad. If so, I guess during one of the breaks I can walk over to one of the other stores and buy some. Lots of lots. Covering all the tables. So many games. Such a fun weekend.
We're going to lot number 2130. Is it just foam?
It's just foam.
So yes, battle foam. Not just foam, but battle foam.
With
Starting
things like
off with
I got
cutout.
somebody who wants this battle foam.
$1. We got someone for $2. And the silent bidder gets it for, gets it. There we go.
$1.
Alright, going to lot number 2135. It looks like I have a bag of HeroClix figures. Starting off at $1. HeroClix, guys, got $1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. $7. Anyone else? $7, 2, 3, 1, 2. Alright, so what are we starting with?
Okay, so I had to cross off a 5163. I had to cross off a lot of bids because they outbid each other, but we're starting at $212.
Anyone else wanting this?
Come on, you don't want to be $212? That's a good deal.
That is fair. See, they're saving their money for other stuff. That's why.
Silent bidder wanted 212.
Yep, Eurobit.
Here we go. So now we're going to go to 5743. Also, I got some more X-Wing stuff. We got some of the bases and 2 package ships. Starting off at anything.
$22.
22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 30. Are you guys in at 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41? Okay, about 45. I'll say 46, 47, 48, 50, 55, 60, 61, 62, 65.
I'm out at 61.
Will you take it for 62? We'll take it for 62 to 307. Yep, 307. All right. Now we got lot number 5744. We got some more X-Wing guys. We got some 2 Resistance bombers. And this is taped over the thing, so I can't see what it is. And a K-Wing.
We're starting at $21.
Starting off at $21. Is anyone in for $22? 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. You're at 28, then 29 for a sound bidder.
$29 to that same Steinberg.
Scott Steinberg.
Dang, no.
5745. Now we got some. We got a Most Wanted, a Shadowcaster. I'll say the Star Viper and the HG Bomber. So if you play Scum and Villainy, we got the perfect stuff for you. Starting off at something.
$42.
All right, $42. I'll say 45.
We got just 2
50.
more. Please keep it down.
All right, guys.
I'm at 45.
You're out at 45?
Yes.
All right, you guys still in at 50? 55? You're out? All right, 55 for 307. Is this the very last thing? All right, guys, we have a still shrink wrap complete Necromunda ready for you to skirmish with your friends and kill them in the streets.
All right, give me 1 second to sort out where we're going to start. All right, we are going to start at $72.
$72. Anyone else interested? $72. And it looks like $72 to the silent bidder.
Richard Window.
That was the last item, guys, for miniatures?
Yes.
All right, guys.
All right, now before everybody jumps up from their seats, we will be able to ring you out back here. We are going to try taking cards for the first time back here, so bear with us.
High tech.
Form an orderly line. Don't swarm us because it's a lot for one person to ring everybody out. And then we will pass the cards down, and we will have John and Danielle pick your lots for you.
And that box there has got highlighters.
I'll say RPGs will start back up at 5 o'clock, so also if you're wanting to pick up your items after your RPG bids, that is also more than acceptable as well.
Wonderful. Alright, so I spent $10 in the miniatures auction. Got a bunch of little bits and stuff, and a few like arbitrary like books that are like old stuff that, you know, basically I got a few books for $1. So I spent $10 and got like 6 or 7 lots of stuff. But it ended at like $2.10. The RPG auction isn't until 5, so I'm actually gonna go home for an hour to an hour and a half. That way I can take an ibuprofen, since I forgot to bring that, and also probably try and figure out a lunch or something there so I can save money, because I'm wanting to spend more money than I ought to, so if I can save money in other ways, that'll be better. But yeah, so didn't take long at all, just a couple hours, and we started a little late, so probably less than 2 hours for the minis auctions. All right, so I took some ibuprofen and an antacid, so I'm feeling a little better. I also sat down and edited the world building mapping video that I'd filmed a week or so ago. So I'll get that exporting while I go back to the auction. But before going back, I'm making up some ramen, so I'll have that to eat. Save some money on food, more money to spend on the auction. So I'm gonna eat, and then I'll head back. Still plenty early, but you know, just taking, you know, maybe an hour and a half back here at home. Just because there was like a 3-hour break between the two auctions today. And some years, like, literally they've gone back to back, like where it's taken the full 5 hours for miniatures, and like they're like, hey, RPG group, we're gonna have to push this back like 15 minutes so that we can go eat, because we've been running this auction the whole time, and it's so some auctions go longer than others. This one went by pretty quick, which it wasn't that many fewer lots than last time, but it did go by much quicker. There were actually a lot less people there to bid than there have been some previous times, which I think is why I got so many lots for like $1 as I did, which is cool by me. I'm kind of hoping we have the same turnout this evening, so I can get some other things for a lot cheaper than they ought to go for. Fingers crossed. Alright, a little after 4, back up for the RPG auction back at Fantasy Shop. I try and get here early because, especially for this one, I want to be like front and center. I was here early enough for the first one. I could have been, but I sat off to the side because, again, miniature is not my biggest thing. RPGs are. I want to be right there up at the front. And examining the situation here, there are only 2 tables of role-playing games lots. So the number of lots wasn't huge off from last time, but it's not a whole lot of stuff, which means like as they read the stuff in the lot, it's going to go quicker. I might not be here too late.
All right, now we're going to lot number 404. I'll say we have Laws of the Wild. We have Halls of, I can't actually read that font. And then we have Kinder of the East. Kindred of the East. Interesting fonts. Starting off at $1. We got $1. We got $2. All right, $1 to $3.14. All right, now we're going to 405. We have some Dragon Warriors introductory book, and we have Pathfinder Adventure Path, Legends of the Five Rings, Silver Age Sentinels, Characters Folio, and some Silver Age Sentinels, and Master Dungeon Presents. Starting off at $1. We got $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7. No. All right, $7 to $3.31. Now we got 2122B. We have some Forgotten Realms, DNA, Shadowrun stuff. Valley of Mist, or of the Mist, and the Doctor Who role-playing game. Starting off at $1.
We're
Yep.
a slide behind.
I'm in.
All right.
I'm on at $1.
I'll say we in at $5. I'll say $10. 15. All right. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. You guys dropped to 22.
Oh, they're still building it?
22. All right. And 22 for the Silent Bidder. Richter.
I thought it was this side. I was like, eh. I didn't see the seal. Did
No
you?
problem.
Yeah, well, yeah.
The seal was probably going to be way high.
All right, now we're going to 2123. This is Arcanus D12 system, and it looks like I just have a bunch of different books for the game system. Starting off at $1. Yeah, we do add $1. We got 1, 2, anyone? 3, 4, 5, 6. You guys both dropped at 6. You'll take it home for 6? All right, $3.40. Got it for $6. All right, now we're at 2124. We got Advanced Dungeons and Dragons Spelljammer. Just the name there alone. And it looks like we also got the box for it as well. Starting off at $1. 5, about 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Anyone else?
Where are
then?
we at?
60 for 2124. Those are Spelljammers.
Yeah.
Anyone else then? Then $60 to 307. All right, so now we're at 3607. I got a bag of RPG minis.
I'm
And
zooming
if
in on
you
the picture on the
look-
screen. If you guys want to take a look.
At the bags on my counter,
come
I
take a
will be
look at it.
having lots of bags of miscellaneous RPG minis. So if you are wanting to look for very specifics, you either have the pictures or feel free to come open and crack these guys. Otherwise, RPG minis starting at $1.
No, we are starting
Oh.
at $31.
It doesn't surprise me at all.
Anyone else? All right, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36,
I'm
30.
out at 35.
All right. All right, 338 gets it then for $36. Now we're at 3612. Oh, wow, and this one actually has the beholder inside of it. So, I'm like, that is actually pretty awesome. Are we starting the minimum for this one?
Starting at $5.
$5. I'll say, do I still have 10, 15, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Oh, you're still up. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53. All right, Silent Bidder gets it for 53. All right, 5143. We got some. It looks like 3rd edition D&D books, except for not this one.
That's
This
fourth.
one's 4th. All right, I'll say.
They snuck that in there, right?
I've heard some stories. Yeah, I've heard some stories about 4th edition, so I'm not too surprised. Starting off at $5. All right, 5, I'll say 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20, 20. $20 to $340.
And the RPGs auction took less than 2 hours, though I am still now in line to get everything. I, in total today, spent 114, so 104 was spent in RPGs, and 10 this morning for minis auctions. So, waiting to pay and get that soon. Lots of fun stuff. We'll look at it here in a bit, but fun things. And I may trade or barter with someone else for a couple items from other lots. I got this. I don't know what it is. I think the guy's going to trade me the Pathfinder Bestiary that I'm missing for it. So I won't miss this, and that way I'll have that finally. So I did trade for that, and I gave the guy $20 to get this. It's 25. I wanted it eventually anyways. So even after picking everything up, I got out of there by 7:30. I was expecting to be here until like 9, but it just flew by between how few lots there were and doing the auction, they didn't, she chose not to read out the name of every single book. She, like, for Pathfinder books, she just sort of like, be like, there's 3 adventure paths and 4 players' companions. Which, on one hand, is like, well, what if people are only looking for certain ones? Well, they could ask, or all the images are online and up on a screen they show there. So if people really are like, oh, which ones are they can check or they can ask. But it just made it go so much quicker by not saying it for each one. But since I got off early, I'm gonna figure out, pick something up to eat, I guess, on my way home. I decided to get myself some new China King on my way home. Like, I drove up with the idea of I was gonna get Subway. And as I stood in front of Subway and looked over to my left and saw, I was like, I'm in the same lot as New China King and they're still open. I would much rather have that, so I got some Chinese food. So I'm gonna eat my Chinese food here, and then after that we'll take a look at what I got in the auction. Just gonna eat really quick and then we'll take a look at the lots. At the spoils for today's venture. So food was great. And I figured since I've got time this evening, we'll go over what I got. And I'm actually gonna try and pull them like sort of in order. And just sort of say, hey, here's what I got for how much. Because why not? Alright. So the first lot that I won were these bits. And so there are all sorts of bits from different, well, they're probably some certain faction. Ravenwing bits. So not really full miniatures, but enough to do lots of different mods if I need to. And that was $1. Then I got the most expensive lot that I got from miniatures. And these are, you can see, they're dwarves. Whole bunch of dwarves with axes and pickaxes and all sorts of things. And I got this thing for $4. And it looks like, at the very least, there is a cannon in here as well, which I didn't know about. And I'm very glad that I got it now that I know that. And then we got more bits. Yeah, this lot, again, $1. And it has high elf bits. And then some other faction bits. And I will clip them all off of the sprues so they don't take up as much space. Again, another $1, more high elf and more other faction bits. I will again, all of these are on sprue right now, which makes them look like a lot. They're not very much, but for $1, it's not bad. Then we get to another $1 lot, which is 3 boxes and a little bitty rule book that's whatever. But when I'd first seen them, I figured, oh, that's miniatures, don't bother. But it's not. Again, it's bits. Most of these sprues are empty. It went for $1. Yeah, more bits. And then 2 other lots that I got, each for $1. One was some 40k old codexes, and the other was Warhammer Fantasy, some old codexes. And I have a shelf that I just sort of put those on. So I got all of those books for $2. And they have cool like artwork and stuff in them. So, you know, it's like I may not play the old games, but they look cool. So, at this point, I kind of collect them. And I figure, worst case, I can easily put them back in the auction and make the $1 I get. You know, I never spend more than $1 for, you know, the handful of them. And I could make that back if ever I need to. But that's it for miniatures, so we move on to the good stuff, the role-playing games. And so, the first lot that I won here was $22, which is a little more than I really wanted to spend, but there's something in here I really wanted. So we have, you know, whatever, quintessential Psychic Warrior, Tomes and Libraries, Orc Fest, Dragon Lords of Melnibone, Beasts of Legend Misspelled. Yeah. Green Races. And I got Iron Heroes. Monte Cook presents Iron Heroes. Variant Player's Handbook by Mike Mearls. I am so happy to have this. It's like, I don't know if I'll ever actually run the game. But just with what it is, as a collector, I was glad to get it. So there's that. Then we go to this lot I got for $18. For $18, I got Mastercraft Anthology, a 3.0 Monster Manual, which I probably already have, but I think mine might be kind of messed up, so that's nice. And then one of the Eberron books, Dragon Marked. So that is cool. Then I think we're moving on to the right one. Yeah, I got this lot for $12. A No Quarter, which is a magazine that I'll probably end up putting back in. Lock and Load for Iron Kingdoms, D20 system, and Iron Kingdoms character guide. And I believe, yeah, this is D20 system based. So before they had their own system, they did a D20 version. There's two rule books for it. I got one of them. So, to start. The one I went for in this lot is actually on top. $17 for this lot, which does have Inner Sea Gods, one of the Pathfinder hardcover books. Also came with Inner Sea Faiths, Inner Sea Combat, Inner Sea Intrigue, and Towns of the Inner Sea, and Ships of the Inner Sea, which are a bunch of the soft covers for the Pathfinder. So here. Okay. This is the lot that I did a little horse trading from. So for $14, I got Part-Time Gods and Polaris character files. It is a set of 5 of them. This is a game that I've been looking at getting the books for a while. Now I have character files for my characters to use, or for my players to use if I end up getting that. So that was cool. And it also came with that other, I think, steampunk book that I horse traded to get the Pathfinder Bestiary. Because I have Bestiary 2 and 3, but I have never owned the main Bestiary for that. I've got 2 copies of the core rulebook. I just, like, it's on my list of games I'm like, I would like to play this at some point. But I'm always like, I'll need that main Bestiary. And then, this next lot I got for $21. And, you know, they're doing the bidding, and it's, I think, apparently down to me and the silent bidder. And, you know, and they go down at, you know, I'm down at 20. What she says. And I'm like, sitting there assuming that there's someone else behind me bidding. And she turns to me, will you take it for 21? Yeah. I mean, it's worth significantly more. Like, the guy next to me is like, man, that's a steal. But I got a couple bones. I got the Kraken and the Great Mother, which you want to see like painted up versions, like a way to paint them. Great Mother has this like stony like appearance on her back, and it's like a giant like Lovecraftian worm. And then of course the Kraken, big sea monster that has a base that's like a sunken ship. But yeah, I was like, yes, please. I was very happy to get those. I was kind of sad when I didn't get the Kraken, choosing not to get the Kraken during the Kickstarter. I had no idea about the Great Mother mini. Like, at that time, my brain said, Lovecraftian thing, I don't really care. But I could use that for so much more than that. Like, I can make it my own thing, and it will look so cool. So once I saw, like, painted up versions and what the back texture could be, I'm like, oh, I was so upset. So that was the last lot that I won. But there were 2 lots that I lost that each had this, and it went to the same guy. It was the only thing in that lot that I was going to go for, and I was going to go up to $24 on either of them for it because it's a $25 book. And he was in it for pretty much everything in there, but he ended up, because it was in both lots, he ended up getting both of them. He didn't need that. So I gave him $20, and I got the Creature Codex Pawns, new in shrink wrap. 300 pawns. Basically, it's an off-brand version that did pawns like the Pathfinder pawns. Like, oh, I said $24. It's actually $35. Oh well, even better. But yeah, I'm like, I don't have that book with those creatures in it, but I don't play Pathfinder, and I use the Pathfinder pawns all the time for D&D. So I'm like, that's just cool to have in general, just to add 300 more pawns, and that can be an unboxing even, because it's still new in shrink wrap. I'm like, yes, please. I'll take that for $20. But yeah, so 114 became 134 after the $20 I added for that. My goal for the weekend is to keep it under $200. I must keep it under $500. But yeah, so I still have, what, $60-$70 to play with, no problem tomorrow. And I mean, then there have been weeks where I, times when I get nothing or almost nothing in the second day, but lots of fun stuff, lots of stickers to remove. I'm excited. I got a lot of really cool stuff today. Praise Jesus, I was very much blessed. It's almost 9. I'm pretty much gonna do a little tidying and get to bed, so I'm well rested tomorrow. I want to go to church before the auction tomorrow. I've missed the last couple of weeks. That's kind of important to me at this point. But yeah. So thank you for joining me. Joining me as my journey continues. Bye.